I hear the call of the stars.
G'day everybody, Duckville here. Welcome to the final game between EGHuk and coLMVPNoblesse. These guys have done a fantastic job actually in the past two games. There we saw Huk take a dominating macro game in the first game on Jules' site, where he actually deflected a very interesting proxy racks push from Noblesse and then decided to just crush him from there. The pros were sitting at something like 50 to 24 SCVs at some point, so it was just a huge game there from Huk, just really controlling the map quite well. And then we saw in game number 2 Noblesse just deflecting an attempted 3-gate push there from Huk, but then decided that it was go time and just went up with his MMM force and just pushed straight through what Huk had left over. And with no Colossus, Huk was not able to deflect the attack. So that was game number 2 for Noblesse. So here we are on MLG Metalopolis, of course, the MLG version. Just noting that there are the supply depots at the bottom of the ramp, so there's no pylon or bunker shenanigans. And of course that means that you cannot spawn in close ground spots. Now this map of course is one of the most balanced maps. Unfortunately just recently got taken out of the ladder pool for all of BattleNet. But we are still going to see it in some of the various tournaments that are run because of just how amazingly balanced this map is, and generally how the quality of the games. You do see a lot of good games on this map. We've seen various ones, such as at the previous MLG we saw Slayer's Boxer versus Rain. I'm pretty sure everyone who saw that game is probably having nerd chills right now about how awesome that game was. And obviously other than that, we've just seen some very awesome games in the past on Metalopolis. So it was a bit sad to see that it was taken out of the ladder pool, but I'm sure that some of the new maps will obviously take its place and in the halls of awesome game fame. So we'll see if that happens here today. We'll see what Huk is up to. He's sent in this scouting probe, sees what's happening there, and then retreats. I'm a bit surprised he didn't actually go and check what was going on at the gas. A little point to note for some of the players there. In some positions on some maps, you can actually take the gas that's further away, and that actually gives you a slight chance. I know some of you are thinking that it's a very, very minimal thing to note, but it gives you the slight chance that your opponent will not actually scout whether you have gas or not. So one thing to keep in mind there. But as we can see, Noblesse actually jumped inside the base and was able to see that Huk has taken both of his gas, so it's not going to be any sort of super fast expansion there at all. Huk just questioning if Noblesse wanted a pause, because I think there was a bit of lag going on, but obviously we won't see it here in the replay. But as we can see, Huk now just chronoing out, I think he put down the chrono there on that Stalker. So this is going to just jump out now and deny this SCV from escaping. The SCV will try and get away there, but we are going to have, there we go, the Stalker does take it out. And now a sentry is actually going to come out here. So this actually could be some sort of quick expansion here from Huk. What you do is you grab both the gas there, just start getting heaps and heaps of gas pumped up, and then just start doing as you would against a Zerg, where you actually do a little bit of a sentry expansion. So I'm thinking, given the position of this probe, a very suspicious probe, he's got a very weird look on his face and puts down the Nexus. So we are going to see quick expansion here from Huk. With that extra gas, he will be able to get those sentries out, which do help in protecting against any sort of early attacks from the Terran. Meanwhile, Noblesse just currently camping out the front of his base here with these Marines. They were just checking out this supply depot. Apparently it's quite hot, and now perhaps looking to push out. He may look to try and just take advantage of the fact that Huk is actually fast expanded. In fact, I'm not even sure if he knew he fast expanded. No, he didn't. So he's may try and get out there and have a quick look at what Huk is up to. The factory now going down for Noblesse, so he probably will switch into that triple M tactic, as we have seen in the past two games. Does have two racks out at the moment, one with the Tech Lab and one with the reactor. We've got a few Marines and a Marauder now being pumped out here. Stim is on the way. It is in no way going to finish in time for this attack to commence, but this could get a little bit interesting here for Noblesse. Spots the Nexus there, and this is going to be the interesting decision as to whether he actually commits to this attack or not. You would assume he would, given that most Terrans love to attack in against a Protoss who's fast expanding. A couple of Marines get trapped up at the ramp there with a nice force field there. In fact, taking out one of the units that was sitting there for Huk. And now these two sentries are actually going to try and take out as much as they can from the high ground. Now moving down to the lower ground there. there. I'm not sure if this bunker's going to complete. A couple of Stalkers have jumped into the mix here. There are just not enough units here from Noblesse. He'll have to retreat, along with a couple of tanky probes there to help out with deflecting this attack. This is going to be it, man. Now we'll probably see Noblesse just cancel that one. HUK not committing to trying to deflect all of these units too quickly. Just sitting out the back here of the natural expansion, brings in a couple more sentries. It does suggest when you get more of those sentries that he is going to stick with being a little bit more passive just for this initial part of the game. He's not going to be chasing out. Obviously, when you want to chase out against Terran units, you do get a few more Stalkers because, of course, they are one of the faster units in the game, a lot faster than all of these units, in fact. But we'll see if HUK is going to push out here. He's got a probe now just marching through the middle of the map. It was spotted by the unit at the Zelnaga Watchtower, taken out there by Noblesse, of course, as we mentioned there. This one Marine sitting at the Watchtower and at the other one as well. So Noblesse has very decent vision, as we can see here, can spot this particular attack path here, is going to use that to probably deflect any probes that come across along with this side as well. And now HUK has decided that he will put some pressure on it. Looks as if he's got a 3-Stalker army along with a few sentries and a couple of zealots. Probably not enough to take care of this force here, especially considering that Stim is just about to complete. So we'll see what Noblesse is up to back in his base. Has used another cooldown supply. I'm really shocked to see that with some of these players. It's not always a sign that you've forgotten to build a supply depot. Sometimes it can be a little bit more economical in some senses, depending on if you need the minerals to build something. You can pop down a cooldown supply and then save yourself 100 minerals. So but anyway, just enough on the pumping up of cooldown supply. But now HUK is going to have to be very careful here. These units now do have their stim. They've got a couple of medevacs here as well too. In total, are going to be helping out with these units when they stim up. In fact, there goes Noblesse. A couple of force fields going down, trying to block out some of these units. Not the greatest of force fields here from HUK, but he will be able to clean up these units that are trying to push through here. In fact, I think we actually have a probe up here. Is that a probe? No, it is a pylon. In fact, building a pylon being built there. And there is a probe, the troublesome probe, that has now gotten inside the natural base of Noblesse and will be able to crank out a couple of pylons there and will be able to stop Noblesse from reinforcing the ground side of the base here. And we'll see if Noblesse is going to be able to push out. I'm thinking this is going to be another big contain here for Noblesse. Just we'll keep an eye on what this sneaky factory is doing. Going to try and plant down on this this gateway. Not going to have any luck putting that down there. I can tell you what, Noblesse, you're going to have to move that one. Just moves it across to the side. This is going to be quite an ironic position here for Noblesse. He's going to get a Hellion out somewhere, probably over here, and then we'll be able to perhaps get a couple of probe kills, but I think he's not going to be able to get it out in time. A couple of warpins there from HUK gets through and will be able to stop that factory. And meanwhile, Noblesse just scouting out here, does scout this pylon, which is up to the top side of the 10 o'clock base, and is going to take that out quite easily there. Of course, as all of the units that HUK had have actually fallen back, trying to make sure that that factory does not cause any sorts of problems. And in fact, Noblesse just scouting out exactly what's going on here from HUK, Caesar, Robo, and the Twilight Council is going to be prepared. You can probably assume that Blink will be on the way from HUK quite soon. He does love his Blink, along with an Observer maybe, and the factory just retreats to the side. He's not going to get much done over there. I'll tell you what, he's going to get some stuff done, and that's the force out here from Noblesse. Decides just to run in here, going to take out these zealots on the ramp that we're trying to run down to deflect this attack, but terrible positioning there from Noblesse now that he is caught out with these units that were stuck inside the force field along with the ramp there. Quite an ironic position there, but now he is going to take those units, try and drop them off inside the main base here, but Noblesse is now in a lot of trouble. He's got these zealots just running around the front, causing all sorts of trouble in the main base, and in fact taking out that medevac that was trying to escape with those few forces that were left over from that failed attack. And now I think we may see the end of Noblesse. He did scout around here, did not see this proxy pylon that was built here by HUK. In fact, still does not see those forces. In fact, now he may actually see them. He has to be very on the ball there with his minimap control. But the probe now inside, surely Noblesse is going to be quite scared about what is going on here, trying to scout out what is happening here. A few units now ready to go there from HUK, but he is going to push inside. I think this is going to be way too much. Look at these forces just streaming in from HUK. He's going to be in a fantastic position now. We've got SCVs on the low ground, more SCVs trying to come outside as well, but these zealots are going to chew through everything that is here. They do not even have upgrades, but it is more than enough to clean up Noblesse here, and that is going to be that. Look at this huge force of Stalkers just pushing through. In fact, the sentry even just standing in the face of one of those marauders and just saying, "Hit me, buddy, I've got a shield on." But that is going to be it. And that will be the end of Noblesse in MLG Raleigh 2011. Hope you guys enjoy these particular games. We'll probably see some more coming up soon, and make sure you tune in at mlg.tv to see some more games, and of course jump onto my own channel at youtube.com/duckphillol. Cheers.